laughs. The wait is finally over for the highly anticipated sci-fi adventure film Dune. That is out today. And for more on the premiere is Tom Santilli, co-host and executive producer of Movie Show Plus. Tom, thanks for joining us.
Hi, Allie. How you doing today? Pretty good?
I like the play on words. Yes, you're waking us all up this morning.
That's right. Let's do it.
Let's get right to it. This week, the long-awaited Dune film just came out. And for those that don't know anything about the movie, give us a little insight.
Yeah, so this is, of course, one of the most highly anticipated films of this or really any year. Dune, the popular novel, Frank Herbert novel, came out in 1965. For years, they tried to bring this to the big screen. In 1984, they finally did in the David Lynch film. It was a disaster. Siskel and Ebert called it the biggest disappointment of 1984. It's thought of, it was a commercial flop. And ever since then, it's kind of been stewing around. And then there was a documentary that came out about 7 or 8 years ago about how they were trying to bring Dune to life. It kind of got some steam behind the project, and we're finally here. It's got an all-star cast. It's directed by Denis Villeneuve, who is one of the hottest directors going. He did Blade Runner 2049 and Arrival. And I actually had a chance to talk, though, to some of the primary cast of the new Dune about working with Denis and about just the film in general.
You're working with somebody like Denis, people make themselves available. I think people pull out of other movies and all that because they know you put a trust into somebody as visionary as Denis.
You know, get to be young actors working with a master of cinema at his peak. That's the dream come true. So, you know, we didn't take it for granted for a second. And I think we showed up overprepared because we did not want to get this wrong.
He's an extraordinary filmmaker, and I don't know how he's able to fit so much in his brain at once, because there's so many pieces and so many moving parts to this and so much to think about, while also, you know, remaining true and keeping the integrity of these really, really loved and cherished books.
It's a great science fiction movie journey of the epic scale that has and speaks volumes about things that are very relevant today.
So you actually were able to see the movie. What'd you think? Good?
Yeah, so it's interesting. I give it like just a passing grade, but I got to admit, I was a little bit disappointed. It's kind of wrapped into one. It's everything that you could hope for it to be, and it's kind of everything that you wished it wasn't. It's massive. It's visually stunning. It's one of the better technical achievements. You're going to see Dune up for all the technical awards this year, including sound, the score by Hans Zimmer. It's just a beautiful piece, but a lot of it feels empty, and unfortunately, I call it Marvelitis. It suffers from Marvelitis, which is it works so hard at setting up next chapter that it kind of forgets to be a full movie itself. So it kind of feels like a lot of setup, a lot of getting dressed up, but nowhere to go kind of a thing. And that being said, though, it is so visually stunning. There are a couple great performances in there. I really like Jason Momoa in this film. I think fans of Dune will like it. The jury is out if normal, current, common moviegoers are going to like this film, just because it is a little bit dreamy, a little bit like avant-garde almost. But the verdict will be out soon when people go to see this in theaters. It's also on HBO Max starting today.
There you go. And you do have a new episode of Movie Show Plus coming out this weekend. Is it going to be about Dune?
You guessed it, Allie. Yeah, we have a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff with Dune coming up. Also, a featurette on the next big film coming out, which is Marvel's Eternals. People can check out that on our website, movieshowplus.com. And also, I definitely I have a lot more to say about Dune. I wrote a sprawling, rambling review. So there's a lot of words that I have about Dune that people can check out my written review on movieshowplus.com as well. And I hope people check that out.
All right, I'm sure we will. Tom Santilli, co-host and executive producer of Movie Show Plus. Thank you so much for being here with us this morning.
Always a pleasure, Allie. Thank you.
And now from Dune to a quick check of the forecast. We're going to turn that on over to Hallie Vogel.
A cold start to our Friday. Temperatures only 35 degrees in Ann Arbor, even though we're seeing some of that sunshine.